Now it works. All right, welcome to the 80th IWAR Gold Strategy Workshop. I'm Matt Riley, and with me is IWAR Strategy Guru, expert, tactician. No pressure.
Yep.
Now your screen's not showing up. Where is your screen? Um,
It is
there
or
it
it
is.
is not. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I think we're getting a really big delay.
That's all right.
Can you see
Oh,
it? I'm gonna
look at that.
see,
Look at
see
big,
Jay disappear.
big letters. It looks good.
All right. Okay. Just making sure it's moving there.
So, Uh, uh, we've had a fun show. Just a reminder off the gate here. If you're going to be active this cycle, enter the IWA specialty contest to hook up
Mhm.
with those 40 wins and the cash and all that good stuff.
It's as
Although
easy as just
I think I got
make
to
a little
take,
chart like this on your sheet.
yeah, I got to take issue with the events. Judgment Day, Hangman's Horror. Like, come on, guys, man. Next year, get me involved. We'll crowdsource some really fun. There's no hair versus hair. Come on.
They used to
Mask
have
versus
things like
mask.
that. It's just changed over the years.
Yeah, I just
I'm pretty sure just a few years ago I was with a casket match and
yeah.
a backer chain champion. I think I got one.
I was always proud because Aleatari won the Buried Alive title the same cycle that he beat El Armas Archuleta Jr. In a Buried Alive match, and basically it was the end of Bradshaw. Unfortunately, I wish he'd come back. If you're watching this, Steve, come back. We miss you. Um, the world needs Bradshaw. This is our 80th show. I'm not in Indianapolis. I'm back home in Massachusetts, and I'm getting up in 5 hours, maybe a little less. So, and I've been up since 5 this morning. So that's 4:52. The best thing to happen is the worst thing to happen when you wake up and your alarm set for, let's say, like 5:02. All right, and you wake up at like 4:58 or
Hmm.
4:45. You're like, come on, man. I was like, like you can't get a good 10 minutes of sleep. Sucks. All right.
Yeah.
So
So,
speaking of things that don't suck, the
last night,
IWA and these drops.
yeah. My son basically did what you just said to me this morning. My daughter didn't go to bed till like 12:30, and then he woke up at, I would say it's about 4:30,
Yeah.
and he came in and told me he couldn't sleep. I go, just go sit in your room. And yeah, I swear every 10 minutes he came to let me know he still couldn't sleep. I
Yeah.
was like, at this point, I'd just like to sleep an hour. And
I can teach you all a trick, an easy trick, a theater trick. If you're having trouble falling asleep, you're laying down. You like scrunch your foot muscles, whatever, like flex them, crunch them, right? And hold it. Then you flex your calves, hold it. So you're still holding your feet and your calves. Then you flex your thighs, so like you're flexing all up your body slowly, right? But you're holding it. So you go up, you flex your stomach, you flex your arms, your shoulders, your neck, everything, and you hold it, release it, let it go, and you're gonna fall asleep in like 3 minutes. It's a really good exercise to relax your body. I've used it for years. So you're
yeah,
welcome if you're having trouble sleeping.
I never have trouble. It's just people keep waking me up or dogs.
Well,
They,
if it's
they
yeah,
take shifts.
I will. There's a funny cartoon about how like parents or dog owners like will be like these like bulldozers knocking over stuff and buildings falling over. Then it shows the
Mhm.
dog going, "Oh, oh."
Yep.
No, no. So this is the summer cycle. Which cycle is it?
Dog days.
Dog day. Dog days.
Yep.
Dog days. All right.
I'm pretty sure
Well,
that
we have
sounds right.
lots of options this
August and then
time.
dog days. Yes. Yeah. More than we've had. Not a bad thing.
Yeah,
So let's cut some of them out.
let's do it.
Uh, Clearly, I was wrong last cycle. I told you I didn't think there'd be another doubles, but there was one. Now I'm even more confident, though, there won't be another. So if there is, I'll still be wrong again, but I'm okay with it.
You'll get your
And
money
I would
back.
like to point, even though I was wrong about the 26, I retained BWO League with the 499, so I didn't exactly suffer from not going with it.
Yeah.
So stay away from them. So let's just mark them all three off. It's not going to hurt anybody. But you could still use 28, 28, and 27, 27 if you really want. I just really don't think there would be a fifth one. That would be the first time in maybe forever that there was 5 in a year. So do you want to bet something's going to happen for the first time, or
Right.
something more likely is going to happen? And I'll
Yeah.
go with the more likely. So that marked off 3 of them. Still gave us 28, 27. That marks off these 4.
Yep.
And we got the 2 cycles ago in gold, 29, 26.
Right.
So we're going to go ahead and mark that one off. And we marked this one out of 29, 27 because that was the 2 holes that was the 25s 2 cycles ago.
There you go.
And we know there's like a 2% chance that would hit. So does leave a little more. That's what, 15 fronts. So we'll part 15 here. And we have 16 backs right now because we have 90 as a 45.
Right.
So what I'm thinking on the back to get it marked down, we've mentioned several times, if you have questions, go with the 41 because they tend to be a little safer on worst case, you get like a 42, 43.
Right.
But I'm thinking we're due for a few 41s anyway. You see 6 of the past 7 cycles have been a 42. There's not many instances of that. We had 8 out of, or is that, 8 out of 9 right here. That's the only time. So it's been a little heavier on 42s recently. You see when it is, though, look at the next stretch. It will balance back out over time. That's true of most of the feds. So I'm going to bet that we're going to start shifting towards a 41 and have a few 41 cycles. So
let's hope.
I would recommend
as a
go towards
chronic
a
41
41
player.
Yeah. But nothing guaranteed there. I just think that's the way I would lean because there's a lot of options up here. So I feel more comfortable saying mark that off than try to mark off more of these right now. If we do that, then we have the 15 fronts and only 8 backs, which would be, trying to make it scroll over. Let's just do this. 120 options is what we'd have right now. So we definitely got to get that a little lower. So we'll use one of the 41s. It's hole 13.
Right.
65 and 62. Still had their hole 90 go to 43 instead of 44. I don't think that will happen here. If you want to use that as like a foreshadowing and go with it, you go right ahead. But I'm going to just assume it'll do what it should. Could cost me on point flow. Either way, you're still using both. You just might not have the best flow in your strategy. But I'd keep it this way just to be cautious. You don't want to think you're smarter than what they're doing and just cost yourself. But
you
either
think
way,
you're
you're supposed
smarter
to
than
leave it
Johnny
there.
B?
Never.
Just for that, all doubles all year.
Oh yeah. They could do it. There's nothing we could do about it. Just like 4 straight cycles, 26, 26. Watch the emails roll in.
Yes, Kim would be like, I'm on vacation. You just got back. I'm on vacation again.
Then trying to think if we can mark anything else off here from the 8. I would say you can mark off using the 44-2 and 43-2, which is 85 and 83. We have this one instance here where you see it happen 2 out of 3 cycles, but we got 2 actually. But it doesn't happen that often, so. But it has happened twice. I don't know if you can really mark that off. I wouldn't mark any of those off yet. Cat has no idea what's going on.
Like, oh shit, cat, what'd you do? All right. Oh no.
No, you're good. I think you're still good.
Yeah, my screen looks different.
Ah,
Hold on. Get out here, cat. There. Oh, look at that. Boom.
all right.
That's what I want to see. All right.
All right. So what do we have that we can kind of do now?
All right.
We don't get anything from. So what do we have? 29, 28, 29, 27. I think I would. 29, 26 isn't an option, but 29, 27 is. It's hit twice this year.
Okay.
As you see, we are going to have, by the end of the year, we're going to have a few that'll hit 3.
Right.
But I kind of, at this point in the year, start saying, I don't know which one will hit 3. So if it's hit 2, I'll put it as the back and not use it as my holds. Like, I just don't.
Okay.
There's a smaller chance of it hitting 3 than these others hitting 2. So if you use that logic, you can probably mark off the 29, 27s, and that would take you down to 12. But then you have 29, 28, 28, 26, 27, 26. You've got the 2 cycles ago 25s in all of them. And we'll talk about that. Nope, they're not in. Yeah, it was a 27, so that helps a little bit. So like I said, I think we can put this one in orange because I don't.
Okay.
I think it's the least likely for those few reasons. So the 2 cycles ago 25s. It's kind of hard to navigate this with.
Yeah. It's blown up for all the people with vision problems.
There we go. All right, I'm just going to zoom out a little bit so I can. So we've actually had 3 in a row again, and 4 of the last 5 after that pretty rough stretch.
Yeah.
You could gamble that it's going to be strong again. We had a few with 3s, if you recall back, and then we had 4s and a 5 and a 6. So you could risk that, and you have a decent chance of hitting. I say you're maybe 50-50 off of it this cycle. So maybe that's a good enough, to mark it down to 4 options instead of 12.
Sure.
So I don't want to say that I'm overly confident in it, but it looks to be back on track to where you could maybe gain advantage of something for 1 or 2 cycles.
Dun, dun, dun.
But if you fall into the yes no again,
Yeah.
it could happen. So I had this cough all week, can't get rid of it.
I came back from Gen Con with COVID, so my sixth time, I think, fifth or sixth.
I don't even know anymore.
Yeah,
It's
I just know all my vaccines have made it so like when I have it, it's like, oh, I have a head cold and I'm fine.
yeah.
Thanks, science. All right,
All right.
so
So yeah. So if you just want to lean into that and hopefully get a cycle or two of less fronts to just go off of with it, then you can either go the 29-28 or 27-26. Like I said, if you use 41s, then you go to 8 backs. If you're going to mark one off, I'd mark off the 42-32, the 85-83, but there's still technically a chance. We've seen a few instances where it did,
yeah,
2 out of 3. But overall, it's the least used back, so I think it's okay that uh, you mark that one off. If you need to cut something, which most of us do in a league of 6, even if you pick one front, you're going to have to cut some of those
right.
backs. So
Well, when you also say that we also could say we won't get 41 1, 44 1, and 43 1.
that's pretty rare too, back to back.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got to go back to here, which is well over a year. Yep, 23. So, yeah, about a year and a half ago. So, you may, if you want to get aggressive, yeah, mark off the 44-1, 43-1, and the 2-2. So, just have the mix of 67-83 and 85-73. So, that's a way to do it. And that would take you down to 4 if you did the 4 backs. And I don't want to commit to this part, but yeah, if you did one of those, then you would have, we'll just say that those are your 4 options. That would get you down to 16. So you
Yep.
could get aggressive and cover both sides of the 2 cycles to go 25 that way
Yeah.
and still have, 4 reasonable backs. So that'd
I
be a
like
good
it.
approach if you did that. Um, but I'm not sure, like I said, on the front, if I really want to go with one of those or not.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, but I do like that we have it down to there's 3 essential options here. So they're all 3 reasonable. You'll have to kind of pick something like that to go off of or something else.
Sure.
Usually we like to just go with 22 as our sort of second 25, top. Hold 25, the consistent old.
Right.
But it's our other 30 right now, so we don't get to, lean into that any.
Yeah. I mean, it's it's one of those things that if you buy into it and you're going all in, you may as well go all in.
Mhm.
And if you don't, you got more options to deal with. But yeah, that's pretty
I
much
think
it,
that's
right?
about
I
it.
mean,
Yeah. Yeah. Without just guessing at one single strat, that's about as far as we can go.
yeah.
So
No, I concur. It's going to be an interesting. This is the cycle for the specialty championships, and also some of the IWAR events are launching. Uh, there's some pay-per-view stuff coming up that events are coming to be determined. So no pressure.
now I got a question for you.
Okay.
The report had, I think it's the October cycle, will have a bottom 40 deal,
Yeah.
but in the IWR leagues, I know in the BRL especially, but I think it's in the others too, isn't it?
Yeah.
You have a bottom 40 option, right?
Bottom 30.
30, okay.
Yeah.
So that
I
30 just goes to 40 then? Or
I
is it
don't
really?
know if that's a thing where it's going to. I would assume. Well, if it's two different deals, it should stack.
Okay.
You
I
have
know.
5,000
Yeah. Like,
matches.
I've got one of my leagues like that where it has a bottom 40. I'm like, does this just stay the same? Or
Yeah.
I've been meaning to ask, but
We'll have to, hopefully Johnny B watching and answer that question. But yeah, there's a lot going on. So um I'll get this posted before I go to bed. So the masses won't be asking for links to things that don't exist.
yep.
I could have sworn I was on last time when you guys were doing it. Nope. It's always recording, not live.
Yeah. That's that other show.
That's the other show where we make all the bad things happen. This is the workshop where we go 44-1, 44-2. And most people go, what? And we go, you go figure it out.
Yeah.
And once you do figure it out, you're fine. So yeah. All right. Anything else to add, or you think you're good?
No, I think we're good. So
All right. Well, thanks again. I will get to packing this up. Good luck to everybody, unless you're playing in my leagues. Then I say to you, and I want a 501.
yeah, just one.
At least to start. I'll take more than one 501. I'm not picky.
I got mine yesterday, so I'm good for the
Oh,
month.
can ride that steel fed championship.
Yep, exactly.
All right. All right. Thanks, man.
See you.
See you.